Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 2016, Ms. Abigail Roden.
Sorry, didn't realize he was taller than me. I got it. Okay. Hi, I'm Abby, not Abigail. Before I get started, as always, I have some presidential announcements. I still have some duties to tie up. So the class is 2016. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. I'm doing it for you guys. Okay. Sorry. The class of 2016 has always strived to make sure that we have made a difference. We always wanted to make our community and our school a better place. So at the end of this, we wanted to show something. So we are leaving a legacy piece of a dogwood tree that you guys can plant. And the reason that we're doing this is when students and teachers get bored, okay, it doesn't happen often, right? But when it does, or when they don't feel motivated or think that they can accomplish their dreams, they can look at the tree and remember what we've been able to accomplish and get inspired again. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I should have had pause for claps. Okay, our class has also been able to raise so much money and spend it wisely that we now have leftover money, and we're going to split it up between two organizations that we hold really dear to our hearts. We're gonna give $2,500 to Katie's Courage and the Mario Mayorga Scholarship Fund. We hope with us giving them some of our money that we will be able to continue to make a difference and help them through what they do. Okay, that was the hard part because I just wrote that this morning. So now for the planned part. I can't believe that I am standing up here. Now I know that's a cliche, but I was the person in the main office last week and this week saying, "Are you sure I'm gonna actually graduate?" It felt really touch and go even though it wasn't. So I don't know about you guys, but high school was a little bit difficult. It definitely is an accomplishment. You have to struggle in order to earn something. Yes, being able to pass all of our classes and being able to meet the course requirement is super important and was a challenge within itself, an accomplishment. But for anybody that knows me at all, you know that academics, even though it is the focus of high school, has never really been my main focus. Because of that, I'm going to talk about what I think our class's greatest successes has been. I don't know about everybody here, but it seems that every single graduation card I have gotten says similar things. It says, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you can start to live your dreams. It says, today, you can finally enter the real world. Or my personal favorite, today, you can start to change the world. While all of that is great and motivational, and I do hope that you give us those cards with money in it, like, come on. College is expensive. I do think those are great cards, but I don't think that they were made for us. Our class has already done so much. I find myself thinking, haven't we already found a way of accomplishing our dreams? I really do feel like we've been a part of the real world, or whatever this has been, I don't know. And I definitely know, down to my soul, that we have made a difference in this world. Maybe the cards aren't for us. Maybe people just don't remember what we've already done. But that doesn't really matter, because I know what we did. You guys know what we did. So now I'm going to remind everybody else what we did, plus make us feel, really fabulous and amped up for the rest of the experience. I've had the honor of being class president for 3 years. During that time, I've never been more grateful to have any position, because I've never been more proud of anything than I have been of all of us. I truly believe that we are the class of change. It started as a stump speech, but it became true. Our class cares about each other in ways that no class before us ever has, and I don't think any class after us will. Yes, we had our issues, and the majority of the time we didn't get along, but at the end of the day, we were the class of 2016. We cared about each other. We belonged together, and at the end of the day, you had to battle all of us to battle one of us. Because of that, our class became the class of change. All of us had passion, all of us had drive, all of us had dreams, and none of us were willing to take okay over the best, and we were willing to fight in order to get the best. While other classes were willing to complain about the system and be all talk, we decided that we would fight to make sure that our opinions were heard. Our class never saw good enough as good enough for each other. We wanted to make sure that we left our mark on the school, our community, and the world. So every day when we walked into the high school, we did it with passion and intention. We might not have known it at the time, but by us having separate dreams and goals and giving everything to achieving them, we were making a mark on our school. Our class had artists, dancers, singers, mechanics, future lawyers, advocates, and comedians. I'm looking at one person. We were passionate, and by us fighting to do this, and by accomplishing a lot of our goals, we were able to make an impact on our community, our school, and in a small way, the world. Our class never gave up. We never took no for an answer when it came to helping each other. Now, I'm not saying we're perfect. We make mistakes, a lot of them, and when we fail, we do it often. But we never surrendered. Every time we made a mistake, we never stopped until we made it right. We never stopped until we learned from it. Unlike previous classes, we don't have the luxury of waiting and thinking maybe someday in the distant future we'll change the world. Today, we have to act now. Our class is the class of change, and the world needs us. I know that wherever we go after this celebration, whether if you are going to college or if you are staying home, taking care of family, working, you're gonna make a difference. It's just what we do. Wherever you go, remember that you've already made a difference, so it shouldn't be that hard to do it again. You've already proven yourselves, so do it again. You have the drive that others would dream about. and that you have people on your side. You have all of us on your side. So I dare you to imagine a world that you want to create. And then I dare you to make that world a reality. And I dare you to demand a seat at the table, because you never stop demanding one here. And I dare you to live every day with passion and intention, because that is what I've seen every single one of you do for the 4 years that I've had the honor of knowing you. So maybe the card should say, keep up the good work. I'm excited to see what you're doing next. I think that's the card that would be really good to get next year or the next time we graduate. Thank you so much. I cannot believe we are doing this. And someone please go after me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and of course, our guests of honor, our 206 members of the class of 2016. I would like to welcome everybody here to the commencement ceremonies of 2016. I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize our superintendent of schools, Mr. Richard Burns, and president of the Board of Education, Mr. J.P. Foster, in addition to board members, Ms. Liz Pucci and Christina DeSanti. As always, I am honored to stand here to be able to address you, the class of 2016. I have always said this is an event which celebrates the whole graduating class, but it really is about all the individuals who make up this class. You are about to embark on a journey outside of this protective environment of the East End of Long Island. Do you choose the easy path where success is guaranteed, or do you choose the challenging option in which failure could occur, and if you do fail, what do you do with that failure? I will touch on that a little later. My whole speech was about the cohesiveness of this class and how I was going to relate it to the cohesiveness of the European Union, but that didn't work out. So this was rewritten. No, just kidding. Let us speak about your journey through high school. 4 years ago, it's hard to imagine that this class of 2016 participated in their first East Hampton homecoming, something I will never forget. As many of you know, our homecoming celebrations have become a tradition here. Of course, this fall, it rained, but 4 years ago, this group of 14 and 15-year-olds raised over $7,000 in a day. This effort became the theme for this group of students and their tireless efforts to improve the school and support their class. It also proved that a group of students who were barely out of the 8th grade, which in itself says something, were able to organize and come together as a cohesive unit in a very short time. This year, as leaders of this school, in just a few short weeks, they raised over $8,000 in just a few days for a former student who was involved in a horrific car accident. Yes, they did it for a student that doesn't even go here anymore. This class has students who have actively participated in political primaries and students who have actually traveled to other states and worked for campaigns, a sign that our students are politically involved and engaged and understand the value of political activism. Let's take a leap. Let's speak about your March Madness winning synchronized dances, which we will be performing today. Don't think they didn't ask. Not just for the fact that they required countless hours of practice and coordination, but for the fact that you were able as sophomores to come together as a group, collaborate, argue, discuss the music, argue, and choreograph, ultimately to put together 3 March Madness winning dances. As small as this may sound, this is a significant moment in your journey through the high school, as it shows how a group of first 15 and 16 and 17 and 18-year-olds can be a cohesive unit again to win a competition that receives nothing for coming in first. Your ability to speak your mind and make sure that this principal hears your opinions, suggestions is very clear. For the past 4 years, you have provided me with your insight and vision for this school. Whether good or bad, you always spoke your mind. This contributed to the positive change and improvement in this high school. Go forward knowing that your input has influenced this school and has left it in better shape. Today should be remembered for your journey through the halls and the school environment that you have created here at East Hampton. I hope years from now you look back and see the positive experience you had in this school. Something that has become a tradition here at East Hampton graduation is the recognition of our graduating seniors who will be entering the military. Will all students who are entering the military in this graduating class please rise and be recognized? Thank you. All three of the post-secondary paths, college, military, and the workforce, are very respectable, and I am proud of everything you have accomplished. As I tell my own children, character is who you are when nobody is watching. They haven't processed that yet, but we'll get there. Be positive. Life is finite, so enjoy what it has to offer. Back to the notion of failure. 3M's chairman, William McKnight, once said, "The best and hardest work is done in the spirit of adventure and challenge. Mistakes will be made." Pixar's president, Edward Catmull, had a similar point of view. "Mistakes aren't a necessary evil," he said. "They are not evil at all. They are an inevitable consequence of doing something new and should be seen as valuable." In 1996, Scott Adams published the Dilbert Principle, which comically argued that the least competent people moved into management positions. It's pretty accurate, but especially middle management. In the final chapter, Adams set forth some of his own ideas about running a successful company. Adams said the following about error-prone nature of creativity. Finally, and this is the last time I'm going to say it, we are all idiots, and we are going to make mistakes. That's not necessarily bad. I have a saying, creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes, and the art is knowing which ones to keep. Keep your people fresh, happy, and efficient. Set a target, then get out of the way. Let art happen. Sometimes idiots can accomplish wonderful things. I close by asking you to go forward and never forget where you came from. This is truly a unique and special place. Continue to make waves. This place is a better school because we had you for 4 years. We are lucky that you graced us with your presence. I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to recognize Rich Wilson, who thought I wouldn't recognize board member Rich. It was the glare off my head, I'm sorry. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for your children. Thank you. Thank you to Maria Mondini and Tim Fromm, who I often forget to thank for all of their hard work and inspiration. Thank you to all the secretarial staff, my secretary, Joan Cangelosi, Stephanie Otto, Anita Finder, Tanya Gregg, Marcia Diaz, Lorraine Hansen, Dave Fiorello and the grounds crew, and Elsie Nelson and the custodians who made all of this possible. And thank you to Valerie Bates and Josh Odom, who led them for 4 years. Thank you very much for everything you do for them. I leave you with the words of Sasha Acevedo. To believe in yourself and to follow your dreams, to have goals in life and a drive to succeed, and to surround yourself with the things and the people that make you happy. This is success. Thank you very much. I would now like to introduce our senior members of chorus who will be performing a short number for us. Come on up. take this opportunity to thank Mr. Douglas and Dr. Van Scoik. This is their last graduation of many, many that they have done. Thank you. Thank you so much. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the salutatorian of the class of 2016, Ms. Francesca Keogh Clark.
Good evening, students, school board members, district staff, friends, and family. I would like to thank all of you for being in attendance this evening. You've had a profound impact on the development of this graduating class. As we make provisions to go our separate ways and find ourselves as seniors on the brink of graduation, we all seem to be preparing mentally and physically to leave this demographic and be introduced to a new one. As we all most likely can agree upon, we are lucky to have our homes in such a beautiful, rewarding place. That's not to say that most of us aren't excited to leave, because trust me, we are. When it came time to apply to college, I just so happened to choose the furthest one possible, 3,000 miles away, not to get away from my parents, though I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a perk, but to get away from everything I had known thus far. What I find comfort in, however, is the understanding that my 226 peers behind me all are about to experience the same thing I am: change. Certainly it's daunting, but all in the same, exciting. I asked some of my peers what the most pronounced memory of the past 4 years has been. The responses ranged from mildly humorous to tangibly sentimental, all resembling a Twitter format simply to comply to our millennial stereotype. Our classmates explained that on the first day of 9th grade, he couldn't stop thinking about how long it would take to get through 4 years. Now he realizes it flew by. It seems like an insurmountable task. After all of the memories, experiences, and classes we shared, it's crazy to think that this is the last time the class of 2016 will ever be together again, and that each of us are embarking on new journeys to go our separate ways. But it's essential to keep this in perspective. I find comfort in knowing that across the nation, 3.3 million students are a part of the graduating class of 2016. We are not alone. We are only a small part of a great momentous accomplishment that is being celebrated nationwide at this very moment. The synergistic quality of our East Hampton class plays a much more significant role than that of this one occasion celebrated today. I have no doubt that each of my classmates will amount to something tremendous. We will inevitably change lives, not because that is what we were simply taught to do, but because that is who we are. Another classmate revealed to me that the most significant part of her high school career was amid our famous March Madness celebrations. She had given a girl a class shirt for free, and when the girl thanked her, she had cried, not for the free t-shirt, but for the sense of inclusion she had now been able to feel. Instances like this aren't few and far in between within our graduating class. This is what makes us unique. And this is what will aid us in the future when we prove to the world how essential our generation truly is. As I conclude my high school days and begin looking forward to the future that lies ahead of me, I realize how incredibly lucky I am to have had the opportunity to have such tremendous people in my life. My best friends have made a momentous impact on me. I am eternally grateful for the memories that we have had and those that we continue to make. As for my family, your support has made this journey worthwhile. It is an honor and a privilege to be called your daughter. I will never stop thanking you for the opportunities you have given me and the life I never expected to achieve. I'll pay the debt of gratitude forward. And now here we stand. Our last games have finished. Our tests are all scored. We wish the future senior class good luck, as an impossible challenge to fill our shoes awaits you. Congratulations, my fellow graduates of the class of 2016. Together, we have finally done it.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2016, Ms. Erin Nolan.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Erin Nolan, and I would like to start by apologizing to each and every one of you that I was chosen to speak today, because I quite possibly am the worst public speaker out of the entire class of 2016. I promise I practiced, and I'm trying my best. It is a great honor to stand here this evening in front of you all. I would like to take this chance to say that everyone has worked so hard to be where they are today. Whether you studied for hours each night or relied on the Dr. Swickard curve, we all managed to be where we are right now at our high school graduation. I am well aware that although this is a great honor, it doesn't mean much. Sure, I did my fair share of work to get here, but we all did. When you're all older and looking back on your high school years, you will wonder to yourself, who is valedictorian again? Oh right, that girl that didn't go out on Saturday nights and radiated stress when she walked down the hallways. Now I remember. And yes, I know that's what you all think. I once had someone say to me during school, do you ever leave your house? The answer is no, and I'm okay with that. But enough about me. Before I begin the ridiculous speech I have planned for you all, I would like to thank Mr. Fine for everything he has done, not only for the class of 2016 or this school, but for this community as a whole. Since the day we all Since the day we all entered this school, Mr. Fine has worked to make it a more inclusive environment. He understands we go to school for an education, but he understands even more that we go to school for experience. Alongside Mr. Fine have been the teachers within this school who have been incredible aids toward our success. They get students excited about learning, which we all know can be a very difficult task. They get, I know many others will miss them dearly. After all, what would high school have been without Mr. Mackin's godlike math skills and sassy remarks, or Mr. Barber's life lessons and wit, or Miss Ben's carefree attitude and eagerness to educate, or Mr. O'Donnell's awkwardness that somehow got people through their days. All of these teachers and so many more have helped us become the people we are at the end of these 4 years, and for that I say thank you. And to all of the faculty members retiring this year, I could not imagine a better group of people to move on to a new chapter with. So anyways, rather than actually come up with my own thoughts and reflections on high school, I decided to Google graduation speech themes, and what a cliche list of 15 graduation speech themes I found. Number 1 on the list was Find Your Passion, with a quote by Plumery that read, oddly enough, you can Google for an answer, you can Google for a mate, you can Google for a career, but you can't Google to find what's in your heart, the passion that lifts you skyward. I suppose this means that I never found my passion in high school, considering I had to Google what to write for a speech that is meant to epitomize high school experience. It was kind of a bummer finding that out just a few weeks before graduation, but hey, according to number 8 on the list, you do not need to be perfect. At least I nailed that one. Number 14 on the list was work hard and keep walking the road. For some, high school has been a great experience and they're not looking forward to leaving. We have admittedly had some amazing opportunities and escapades, whether you were involved musically, athletically, academically, or some other way. To me, high school has been a safety net. We've had some fantastic times here, but the time has come for us to move on. I think it's time we all escape the bubble that we have all known for just a little too long. We have done the working hard part, and now it's time to walk to the next road. I'm excited that today is the last day that I'll mandatorily be walking the same road as many of you. Sorry guys, a lot of you asked to be mentioned, and it was slightly insulting you all was the only way I found fitting. Number 9 on the list was use your imagination and your creativity. For some, this involved creating the first ever music awards and picnics celebrating the talent in the school and community. For OG Joey B, this involved his famous karate kicks that he demonstrates every so often in class. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping that he does one last kick as he receives his diploma. Nevertheless, it is vital that we all embrace our individuality in order to succeed in years to come. Number 15 on the list was try selflessness and give back. As a class, I feel we've accomplished this. I think it's safe to say that based on the amount of times we've gone to Hampton Chutney since we were children, we are the #1 contributors to Julian's college education. This is a selfless action on all of our parts. We gave back to a child yearning for an education. You're welcome, Julian. Number 5 on the list was take initiative and get in the game. I actually do believe that this is a pretty decent idea to keep in mind. For many of us, this was the first year we were able to vote, and what a selection of candidates we had. Whether you voted for Bernie because Abby told you couldn't graduate if you didn't, or you voted for Cruz because his whole persona just appeals to you for some odd reason, or you voted for Hillary because you like how hard she tries to fit in with the younger generation, or you voted for Kasich because someone other than the people of Ohio had to, or you voted for Trump because you're a big fan of The Apprentice, at least you voted. You took initiative, you got in the game, and you became a part of an election that many of us consider a joke or a real shame. Nice work. Number 13 on the list was if you cannot embrace change, at least give it a hug once in a while. Although this is a rather interesting choice of words, this concept is oddly true. Through Mr. Fine and the Gay Straight Alliance's push and success for gender-neutral bathrooms and the performance of Rent this past spring, we've accomplished acceptance and set a precedent for schools across the country that I find truly remarkable. I think it's safe to say that this class is one step closer to making people feel more comfortable with who they are. In essence, this is what high school is ultimately about, accepting who you are and learning to accept the people you encounter. I commend you all on your outstanding abilities to grasp this concept of hugging the inevitable and, in this case, positive change that will occur throughout our lives. Number 7 on the list was learn to fail or fail to learn. I would love to stand before all of you and reveal my master plan to a successful life, but the honest truth is that I am just as unqualified as all of you are to do so. I'm not really sure why it's on me to tell you that your life is in order, because I know that this is far from being true. None of us really know what lies ahead, and I feel that it's better to accept that than to make up some scenario where we all stay in touch for the rest of our lives and fulfill all of our goals, because the reality is that our lives will never end up going exactly as planned. We will inevitably fail in some way, but at least we will learn from it and become better people because of it. Ultimately, it is how we handle failure and not failure itself that defines who we are. Number 4 on the list not only reinforces the idea of embracing failure, but almost makes it seem like we should get used to it because it's just the way things will be. It reads about those big dreams, ... as if those big dreams are completely out of the picture and we shouldn't have even mentioned them in the first place. Yet again, another unfortunate realization I came to just weeks before graduation, but hey, at least now we all know it's coming. Number 10 on the list was remind yourself to be present. Many of you know the show The Office. Well, if you don't, there's a character on the show named Andy Bernard. Andy has a bubbly, enthusiastic, and annoying personality. Throughout the show, his character ranges from the most loved to the most hated, but by the series finale, he fully redeems his character. Andy was always so caught up with his past life that he wasn't able to spend much time in the present. As he says goodbye to the office and prepares to start his new job at Cornell Admissions, the school he attended and has since obsessed over, he reflects on his time spent in the office and says this: "I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you actually left them." Well, class of 2016, whether this quote leaves you angry and wondering how these past 4 years could possibly be considered decent, let alone good, or whether this quote leaves you feeling accomplished and happy with some of the greatest years of your life, I hope you learn to appreciate them on some level or another, because I sure have. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2016.
Okay, I'd like to, at this time, invite our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Burns, up, and President of the Board of Ed, Mr. J.P. Foster. We are going to begin the graduation program.
Erin Rose Nolan. Francesca Claire Keogh Clark. Abigail Margaret Barry Roden. Kevin Michael Bowles. Lila Rose Minatry. Frangie Abreu. Luis Alberto Aguilar. Axel Andres Alanis Garcia. Eitan Solomon Albuquerque. Dylan Anthony Andrada. Iris Eve Arellano. Alexandru Astilian. Paloma Bahi. Samara Paz Banados Barrera. Jennifer Barahona. Jacob Enrique Barrios. Emily Nicole Barros Ayala. Jacqueline Olivia Bates. Sadie Elizabeth Bennett. Alexa Nicole Birdie. Cecilia Renee Blow. Joseph Dylan Bordino. Natasha Brito. Charles Theodore Bory. Elizabeth May Branch. Jack Donald Brierly. Robert James Broderick. Marissa Rose Brophy. Devin Yardley Brown. Jocelyn Boistan Vega. Chase Marion Bushman. Vanessa Cardona. Karen Lisseth Cardona. Matthew Carrillo. Karen Abigail Castro San Martin. Pamela Nicole Cedeno Navas. Anahi Mercedes Chabla. Brandon Chumi. Kirsten Tyler Takea Clark. Edison Ariel Collado. Benjamin Patrick Connors. Lady Diana Contreras Abreu. Joffrey Contreras. Maxwell Victor Cortez. Pacioli Costi. Paola Andrea Criollo. Tatiana Evelyn Crusetta. Frederick Daniel Dayton. Olivia Valerie Devis. Francis J. DeMartellari Jr. Benjamin Eves Victor DeTulio. Victor Alejandro Diaz. Luis Daniel Diaz Bedoya. Nicholas Anthony Dragon. Carly Alexis Drew. Jacinia Duque Herrera. Alexandra Rose Ebel. Julie Ann Aim. Alana Avis Ellis. Eric Gunnar Engstrom. Catherine Jessica Espinoza Perez. Alexander Jonathan Ferez Solis. Annalie Marie Ficarelli. William Morton Field. Amanda Dolores Fiorello. Matthew Joseph Fisher. Catherine McGonigal Fleming. Nicole Mackenzie Forrester. Harvey Patrick Fausler. John Edison Franco Marin. Angelo Fraticelli. Mackenzie Jennifer Frazier. Yohedi Garcia. Valentina Garcia Londono. Riley Elizabeth Gogler. Sophia Grace Gavigan. Stathios Kyriakos Georgopoulos. Chloe Elizabeth Gonsalves. Burke Coltrane Gonzalez. Connor Aaron Gonzalez. Catherine Rose Gonzalez Gagliotti. Olivia Tara Grant. Madison Quarine Gregg. John Paul Gwanga. William Lloyd Hamilton. Irene Mary Hajistavru. Talia Shanae Hayes. Mariel Hinal Canaveral. Brandon Albero Hernandez. Mia Virginia Herlin. Yasmin Desiree Hill. Nicholas James Hoffman. Anna Grace Hoffman. Manuela Hurtado. Daisy Rebecca Jacobo. Gunnar Carlson Jacobs. Cara Selena James. Harrison Alawaz Jonas Jansen. Christina Jimenez. Hi, buddy. Brandon Wesley Johnson. Daniel Spencer Cabaz. Stephen Julio Kane. Allison Page Carlin. Benjamin Seth Carlin. Jason Isaac Carlin. Mia Baishwe Carlin Capello. Kate Patricia Kavanaugh. Brandon Daniel Kennedy Gay. Joshua Michael King. Elizabeth Juliana Kopka. Lloyd Thomas Kopka.
Okay. Kendall Gordon Vorpal. Yep. Tristan John Larson. Catherine Ann Laurie. Jocelyn Jasmine Leone. Mitchell Francis without a card Lester. Yerlin Linares Lopez. Nicole Blake Lockwood. Andrea Lopez. Melissa Isabel Lopez. Give it to Ms. Mondini. Ashley Mae Lynch. Dylan James Lynch. Gage Getz Reinboth Lynch. Julian Thomas McGurn. William Thomas Mackin. James K. Macrianis III. Christine Osborne Malecki. Joanna Patricia Marquina. Caston Joseph Mata. James Shane McCann. Gabrielle Francis McKay. Kyle William McKee. Katie Michelle Mendoza Luna. Evan Douglas Menelaus. Gabriella Miskiri. Betsy Gabriella Molina. Shane Patrick Maloney. Jose Morales Gonzalez. Susanna Mushkalai. Wiley Young Masnicki. Zachary Ian Nathaniel. Jessica Elizabeth Newton. James Albert Niggles. Jomira Isabel Niguela. Emma Lynn Norris. Nicole Arlene Notel. Colton Michael Notel Dunn. Sarah Patricia O'Dwyer. Ty Michael Olszewski. Lily Patricia O'Neill. Regis Bertram O'Neill IV. Priscilla Ortega Munoz. Jacob R. Ostroff. Robert Padilla. Emily Rose Pappas. Thomas John Paradiso. Julia Peralta Munoz. Eric Ignacio Perez. Sophia Natasha Perez Bahamondes.
I don't have mine.
Frederic?
Yeah.
Frederic Persico. Nina Hope Piacentine. Anna Ty Piermont. Betsy Nicole Pilco Plaza. Yesenia Pinedo Rosas.
My card fell behind the bleachers.
Cody Portel. Nicholas John Pucci. Evelyn Michelle Quiros. Jackson Robert Rafferty. Jessica Lee Rotash. Sean David Ryan. Olivia Mary Salcedo. Cherie Samantha Samuels. Zachary Roy Santa Cruz. Eric Manuel Sanchez. Vanessa Sanchez. Eric John Schoenster. Paula Schultz. Ellie Velton. Silva De Souza. Brian Sinchi Baladares. I did it. Bryce Alexandra Bistrian Slater. Leslie Soria. Daniel Soto Negrete. Yep, David Soto. Tyra Stewart. William Buchanan Stecker. Karina Marie Suarez. Charlotte Catherine Sweetman. Katie Elizabeth Takanen. Anna Toledo Yanez. Ryan Douglas Tuttle. Henry Christian Uline. Daisy Vargas Rubio. Ian Watson. Grace Julianne Phillips. Veronica Baniel Whitney. Ryan Allen White. Kevin Remy Weiss. Megan Ann Weber. Daphne Samantha Williams. Jared Maxwell Wolf. Natalie Faye Wolf. Miguel Angel Shona. Marvin Noel Yanis. And last but not least, Angelica Tamara Zambrano Espana.
Here we go. You guys ready? It gives me great pleasure to introduce the presidents or co-presidents of the Student Association, Mr. Kevin Bowles and Ms. Lila Minitry.
All right, you guys are almost there. We're the last ones to speak. Good evening. My name is Kevin Bowles,
And I'm Lila Minitry.
and we are the co-presidents of the East Hampton High School Student Association. At this time, we would like to give you a brief overview of the outstanding accomplishments and future plans for the class of 2016, as well as a few firsts and the lasts from the class of 2016. But before we do, we would like to acknowledge 14 special graduates who have made long-lasting impressions on East Hampton schools and this community. Some may say these 14 students are retiring, but we say that they are graduating as a member of the class of 2016. That might just be because they don't want to deal with the Common Core or the grade below us, but it's all right. Can the retirees please stand if you are here? Can we please give them a round of applause?
Now let me go and move over. Okay. The class of 2016 has 206 graduating members. 91 seniors have earned Regents diplomas, and 53 of these seniors have earned Regents diplomas with advanced distinction. And 27 of these seniors, these advanced distinction have with honors. 19 seniors won QuickCo Awards this year, and 42 seniors are members of the National Honor Society.
The class of 2016 is the last class to have 5th grade at East Hampton Middle School. And Nick Pucci was the first East Hampton High School student to go into space and make it back to host the QuickCo Awards.
We are the first class not to have senior superlatives, and our class started the music appreciation performances night, and our class placed the first all-gender bathroom in the high school.
And after the hundreds and hundreds of McKees who have gone through East Hampton High School, we are proud to say that we have the last male McKee graduating with us today.
14 students are graduating with a vocational certification from BOCES. In addition, 14 students will be entering the workforce, and 3 members of the class will be entering the armed forces. 592 advanced placement examinations were taken this May in 19 different courses.
176 members of this class, 86%, have chosen to continue their education. 138, 68%, will attend a 4-year college, and 38, 19%, will attend a 2-year college or technical institution. The class of 2016 Bonikers will be attending institutions such as American University, Bernard College, Bowdoin College, Clemson University, University of Colorado at Boulder, Cornell University, all right, University of Delaware, George Washington University, Georgetown University, High Point University, University of Miami, this guy, University of Michigan, New York University, The Ohio State University, Ohio Wesleyan University, Rochester Institute of Technology, Rollins College, Syracuse University, Tulane University, Vassar College, and many, many more.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the East Hampton High School class of 2016.
Graduates, if you can join us, please rise and move your tassels from the right to your left.
Okay, you guys go back. Remember to take your tassels off. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the class of 2016.